Hello guys, and welcome once again to Savannah Essence. Today we are making some carrot soup. Just by the picture, I think most of us have already guessed that already. So if you are new to this channel, you are welcome. Here we make a lot of crafts. Savannah Essence, we sell botanical oils and butters such as shea butter, cocoa butter, neem oil, Baobab oil. Aside that, we make a lot of crafts such as lotions, body creams, and handmade soaps. And so we like to share this knowledge with the rest of us to help those who also want to get into the beauty field or to get into the industry. And so usually we like to share some of these videos with you. It's just for fun, it's a hobby, and it's also a form of education to those of us who would want to go into this. So kindly subscribe and stay tuned to this. We also share a lot of business content as well. So depending on what you're comfortable with or what you want to watch, we have a particular area or niche for you to enjoy on our channel. So you're welcome. And for those of you who have subscribed and you like our soap making videos, we thank you for your support. So what we are doing is to peel the carrots at this point. It's already washed, by the way, so I'll peel it and then cut it into pieces and blend. So in the carrot soup, what we use is if you are not familiar with soup, it's basically mixing caustic soda with some water and then oil, and then there's a process called saponification, and then you get your soup. So in this case, what we are doing is, instead of just mixing caustic soda in water or lye in water, we are mixing the lye in carrot puree. So we are going to blend the carrots, and in place of water we replace it with a carrot puree, and that's how we make carrot soup. Well, that's how we make carrot soup. We are aware some other people use carrot powder and other things, but we like to use the fresh products, since Ghana is blessed to have all these amazing fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, and fresh oils. It makes sense to take advantage of that. So I'm adding ice cubes to the carrots to blend so that it's a much more colder puree. Like I said in the previous videos, when you add caustic soda to water, because of its nature or its form, it heats up quite fast, and so you get the temperature rising from all the way to 100 and above 100 degrees Celsius. And so you want to ensure that you control the temperature so that it helps you in your soap making process. And so that's just a simple way I can explain that. We've also had people who have said they are interested in learning from scratch how to make soap. So if you are interested in us doing some beginner soap making tutorials or soap making 101, just comment in the description, in the comment section. Let us know if you're interested. We will make a whole playlist on just beginner soap making, equipment, ingredients. And if you are in Ghana, you'll be fortunate, we can add some links to where you can get ingredients to start your formulation. So anybody who is interested, just let us know in the comment section. So that's our carrot puree, and I'm measuring it. I realized that the puree wasn't enough, so I've just added some ice cubes. Again, we want to ensure that the temperature is as cool as possible. If you are a beginner, we encourage you to get a thermometer. At this point, we really do not use thermometers. So, but if you're a beginner, I encourage you to get a thermometer, and it might also be part of the soap making beginner tutorials in case people are interested in that. So just let us know. So I'm measuring my lye, aka caustic soda, aka sodium hydroxide. So lye has a number of names. I like to call it lye. People like to call it caustic soda or sodium hydroxide. So yeah, this is a small batch of soap. I am making this for myself. So this is soap that I'm going to be using in December. Okay, so it's quite small. It's just 1 kilogram. So what I am doing is that I'm going to be pouring in the caustic soda bits by bits. Carrots has sugar in them, and usually what happens when you mix caustic soda in any solution that contains sugar is that you get it's sort of burning the sugar in it in the I'm not okay, so what's going to happen is that if you don't mix it bit by bit and you pour in the whole of the caustic soda into the carrot puree, it will turn brownish and it will burn. That's just the simplest form to say it. It will burn, and so the benefit you would have been getting from the carrots, you will not get it. So it is advisable to add it bit by bit. Although we are using ice cubes, we still advisable to add it bit by bit so that you don't burn your puree. Okay, all right. So we are now measuring our hard butters. That's our beeswax, and then so I think I might not even be showing you the measuring of the soft or the liquid oils. I just want to ensure that this video is as short as possible. So that's beeswax. I'll melt it and filter it. I'm running out. So this is shea butter. Today we are using yellow shea butter. Like we said, we sell raw unrefined shea butter here at Savannah Essence. So we sell the normal ivory one, and then we sell the yellowish one, which is bleached with bututu leaves. We'll also be shooting a video, we'll be sharing a video very soon on why your shea butter is yellow. It's basically because it's been bleached. Raw unrefined shea butter by its nature is ivory in color. One is bleached with some leaves, then some roots called the bututu roots. It has a local name here in Ghana. I think I've forgotten the local name. Then you get this beautiful yellowish color, which also has antioxidant properties, and so it's excellent also for you. I usually reduce the quantity I use in my formulations because it has a tendency of bleaching your products, and so I use it for products that need this color. For my carrot soap, this is excellent for me, and this is cocoa butter as well. So because this is a personal soap, I'll be linking the recipe in the description box for those of you who will be interested in formulating this also at home. So I'll link a recipe in the description box. You can tweak it in whichever way you want to suit you. Yeah, so this is the final product after I've mixed my okay, so that's the last bit of the caustic soda. You see, I've been mixing it bit by bit. That's the last bit of it, just bits by bits. And even with that, have you seen the color of the end? You see, when we started, the color was a bit more vibrant orange. Now it's become a bit more brownish orange. Still clear though, but it's not as, it's deep now. It's not as light as it was before. So it's the same way. If you do not do it that way, you have a brown mixture instead of an orange mixture. So these are liquid oil. So this is just my olive oil, sunflower oil, castor oil. Yeah. So, and I've also melted my hard butters, so I'm sieving it. Like I said, there were some impurities in the beeswax, so usually I just sieve it. I melt it and I sieve it. It's easier this way as well. So this is our oils all together. So I'm adding honey. Like I said in my previous video, honey is one of those ingredients that you find in almost all our soups. Unless we run out and we don't have honey, we don't add it. But we ensure that we add honey to our soups. And this from a personal preference. I generally have a very dry skin, and so I like products that have the tendency of drawing moisture onto my skin, like products that are humectant. So you see me leaning a lot more towards the honeys, the glycerins, the hyaluronic acid, or what's the name of that one? I've forgotten. I like to lean towards those ingredients. So in my soap, I make sure that honey is always incorporated. Honey is excellent for, it's being used in the beauty industries for centuries and centuries, and so it does amazing for the skin. And in soap making in particular, honey is excellent because of the sugars and it aids in bringing bubbles and improving lather in your soap. So that's one of the game changers you might want to incorporate into your soap making. You just have to be careful because honey is water soluble. So if you mix it in water, even with that, you have to stir it over and over to ensure it's properly incorporated. And so when you add it to the oil, you've seen that it has sunk to the bottom of the oil. You can see the brownish patch down there in the oil. That's the honey. If you don't blend this with the oil thoroughly, you end up making your soap. It will look like everything is fine. It look like, oh, it's saponified and everything. And by the time you are cutting it, you see that the honey has sunk to the bottom of your soap. Your soap will harden up nicely, but there will be honey, like it will not incorporate in the soap. It will just separate. So honey is quite tricky. And if you're a beginner, just do normal soap recipes. When you get comfortable, then you can start adding honey to it. If not, if you joke, it will mess your soap up. But it's also excellent. So, yeah. Or if you're a beginner, you really want to add honey, add it in smaller quantities. So per kilo, just add 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. Don't add more than that. Don't mess it up like I did when I started. But hey, soap making, you have to make mistakes to also learn from it. So yeah, do what makes you comfortable. So this is our lye water with our lye fully dissolved. We are now going to pour it in our soap. Oh, did I say soap? In our oil. So yeah. So we're going to stick blend this for some time. This is usually a very fluid soap, so that means that you have to blend it for some time before it reaches a trace. And so usually for those who want to make designs and other things, this is the part where you're able to add your colorings and other things to make your beautiful swirl. This soap will not trace fast, so you can play around with it. This is just one colored soap for me, so there's no need for design. So I'll just blend it until it reaches a trace. As you can see, the oils are still floating on top. Yeah, you can see the oil still floating on top. So I have to blend it for some time so that it's incorporated beautifully, and then I get my thick butter and I can pour it in my molds. Again, another thing to note is carrot soaps are naturally soft. Okay, no matter the water discounts, it's always, well, that's my experience, it's always soft no matter the water discounts. You've seen that we've used a lot of hard oils or hard butters. We have shea butter there, we have cocoa butter there, we even have beeswax there, but it's always a soft soap even after 24 hours. So usually I like to, when I pour it in the mold, I let it sit for 48 hours. Sometimes I even pop it in the fridge before I'm able to nicely remove it from the mold and cut. So that's another thing you need to note. If you're a beginner and you go to soap calc, you're using soap calc to enter your information, don't use 38 percent of water. What is it? Make sure you reduce your water quantity to cater for the softness of the carrot soap. So I'm adding some fragrance, personal use, personal fragrance. So So we have reached our trays and now we are going to pour. If you are new to this channel, I make a lot of nice soap, healthy, good for your skin. But my process is quite messy, so bear with me. Okay, the process is messy, but the end product is amazing. So I had wanted to use a wooden soap mold, but I already said, I remember that carrot soap are usually soft, so I decided to use individual molds to and I want these specific molds because I want to also gift these out. So I'm not going to use my funny individual molds. I have some very interesting individual molds designs, but for this one, because there's a tendency that I'll be gifting them out to friends in December for Christmas festivities, I want to use these molds. So, and these molds are less than 1 kilogram weight, 1 kilogram of the oil weight. So I'm definitely going to have some left. Maybe I'll just pour it into the small wooden mold that I have over there. But you see how beautiful the color looks. It's very yellowish, it's very nice. And this also in part because of the yellow shea butter. Carrot soap, carrot will color your soap to an extent, not so much. So even during when it cures, at a point it cures and leaves a very faint yellow to creamish color. That's when you use carrot soap with your normal oils with no colorings, no yellow shea butter or anything like that. If I was using regular shea butter, this would have been a nice yellow to cream color when it cures. But because of the yellow shea butter, it gives it a much more vibrant color, and this is beautiful. And also because I'm using, I tried using 100% water discounts, water replacements for the carrot puree. Sometimes some people maybe use 50%, so they use 50% of water and then 50% of carrot puree. That also influences the color. That will give you a creamy color. That will not give you a yellowish color or an orange color. No. So usually I've seen some carrot soaps in the market that sort of mimics the color of carrot itself, giving you that, nice, beautiful, vibrant orange color. There's a possibility that color additives have been added to such soaps because using normal puree carrot soap might not give you normal carrot puree might not give you that vibrant color. Hopefully in the course of this soap making series, I will use another method where we actually boil the carrots and then use it as a puree, and you see the color contrast between the two, whether you're using it normally just raw blending and using it, or boiling it and then blending and using it, how it sort of affects the whole color of the soap. I'm yet to try that, so I'll try that with you on this channel. I'm used to using just a normal one, blending and changing it, but I also want to sort of like parboil the carrot and see how it affects the color. So this is our final pour. Like I said, we make messy soaps here. Okay. Oh boy, I just said messy right now. I'm sorry. So yeah, we make messy soaps here as well. It's a personal soap, so and there's a possibility that the one in that soap mold is what I'm going to use. So I'm putting it right back into my mold. Okay, don't judge me. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to use the stainless steel bowl to prop the contents of the batter to one side of the mold, since it's not even up to half of the mold, so it cures that way and it has that beautiful shape at the end of the unmolding period. I said cure, unmolding period, but that's what we got to. I poured it away. Oh god. Yeah, so this is our carrot soap. I will let it sit, like I already said, for at least between 24 to 48 hours, and then we will unmold it, and we will be here to show you that as well. So yeah, this is our carrot soap. So it's 48 hours now. Like I already said, I had to pop these into the fridge to harden up even after 48 hours. So you would have to really be patient with carrot soap, or use water discounts, significant water discounts. But yeah, this looks beautiful. Let's pop them out, and you see it's taking the shape of the mold beautifully, and it looks nice. And I can actually gift these out to people. See how beautiful they look. So these are our beautiful end products. These are our carrot soaps. We will be selling this in November on our page, so make sure you follow us on all our social media pages at Savannah Essence, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.